Bob Wallace is a 68-year-old former biomedical scientist, college professor, and journalist. When he stopped working, he met retirement head on.
You know, I am not the type that is going to spend their retirement playing golf or sitting in a boat fishing. That would drive me bananas. So I was looking for something meaningful and something that would be sustaining for me.
Bob has chosen to fill his retirement working as a public relations volunteer at the local chapter of the Red Cross, a role that often places him in disaster areas across the country.
My job while I'm there is to tell the story of the people who've been affected by the disaster and also to tell the story of the Red Cross response. Over and over, one of the things that we hear when we're out there is that, yes, the stuff that you're providing us, the food, because we are providing meals, the water, the shelter, but having somebody there to tell their story to is really important.
When Marilyn Whedon retired, she was looking for a way to stay active.
When I retired, the Green Line was open, and that was so exciting. So I thought, well, maybe I can volunteer with something in relation to that.
Today she stays active as a volunteer docent, leading hikes along the Tour de Wolf Trail.
So it's a way to get out in the park with other people, to enjoy it, to teach them about what's available here.
Teaching the history of the park is volunteer docent Bill Wilson's passion.
I like volunteering. I stay as busy as I want to be, sometimes maybe a little busier, but I enjoy volunteering. I get a lot out of it. I probably get more out of it than I put into it.
Steve Freno is a 56-year-old FedEx employee, and this morning he and his daughter are delivering meals as MIFA volunteers.
In my personal, professional life, I have a great family, great wife, great kids. I have great hobbies, great things. I travel. I'm going to Alaska this next week to do a photography trip. And so, yeah, I want to keep doing this because all of those things didn't just happen. And I want to pay back a little bit to the community and the world.
In the Memphis area, slightly more than 1 out of every 4 citizens volunteers their time. That's a total of well over 300,000 people, which puts us at slightly above the national volunteer average. The total dollar value of volunteering in America is nearly $173 billion. Here in the Mid-South, most of our volunteers work in fundraising, followed by distributing food, mentoring youth, and tutoring and teaching. And not surprisingly, most Memphians volunteer at their church or religious organization, followed by educational institutions, health organizations, and social services. At any given time, over 300 volunteer opportunities are listed by Volunteer Memphis, the clearinghouse for volunteer services in this area. Carol Gaudino is director of Volunteer Memphis.
I think if someone wants to give back in a unique and important way, I think volunteering is the best way to do that.
This is a group of college students from New York. Instead of spending their spring break partying on the beach, they're packing boxes at the Memphis Food Bank.
We have a staff of 40, and we could not do what we do without volunteers. Last year, we had more than 11,000 volunteers to come through our doors to help us sort and pack food to get it out. The use of volunteers allow us to be more efficient with our dollars and spend more money on food. For every dollar we're able to save with volunteer help, it allows us to distribute 3 meals.
The next time you visit Shelby Farms, realize that an army of volunteers keeps this park running.
Volunteerism is the heart of Shelby Farms Park. We are a staff of 26 that are employed here, and so we every year have around 35,000 volunteer hours a year. And these volunteers work sometimes weekly, daily, monthly. They give of their time to support the park.
Whether it's leading hikes at Shelby Farms or giving tours at St. Jude, whether it's delivering food for MIFA or building a Habitat for Humanity home, the work of volunteers benefits the community. But with demand greater than supply, the need for volunteers in Memphis is critical.
When you look at the work that volunteers can do and the capacity that they add to an organization, without question, they're critical to the operation of the organization.
Carol sees a positive future for volunteering led by the aging baby boomers looking to make a difference in their communities.
I think most baby boomers are probably a little more discerning about volunteering, and they tend to have either causes or specific organizations that they feel like they want to get involved with. So maybe that's the agency that I always thought about doing something for, but really haven't had the time.
The impact of volunteers on the community is obvious, but the act of volunteering has a surprising impact on the volunteers themselves.
It gives me a sense of satisfaction, a sense of purpose. Through my career, one of the things that I've discovered, at least for me, is there was an inverse relationship between my salary and the degree of satisfaction that I got out of what I was doing. And my salary here is 0, but my satisfaction level is really high.
Studies of volunteers age 60 and older have determined that volunteering provided both physical and mental health benefits. Interestingly, similar correlations were not found among younger volunteers, so the feel-good factor of volunteering may help you live longer.
Today we'll go out and deliver 13 meals, and I know I make a difference in those 13 people's lives. And I know that the rest of my life is still going on, and it's crazy. When I get to work later, I'm going to be half a day behind and everything. But I feel so good. I mean, there's nothing better than Wednesdays, because I come in and I work on Wednesdays. And it's just very satisfying. And I can go to work and I go through the rest of the day knowing that I made a difference.
Red Cross is not a religious organization, but if you put it in religious terms that a lot of people in our community, I think, could resonate with, it helps to build one's soul, the deepness, the deep part of you inside of you. I actually love what I do here.
For more information about volunteer opportunities, contact these organizations or visit their websites.